You're watching the Royal Coils vlog. Back in 2019, I was accepted to the University of Minnesota Duluth to join the BFA musical theater program. I am usually the type of person who prefers to be behind the scenes. I don't like a lot of attention. I get overwhelmed very easily in crowds. I just like to, I'm very watchful. I've always been that way. You can watch videos of me from when I was 4, like my 4th birthday party. I've just always been a very just like observant person, which I think made me a talented actor. Makes me it's so hard sometimes to believe in yourself. It makes me a talented actor because I just tend to be very observant, and I can kind of just tell how people are feeling, and I'm very transparent and honest and all of that. So I made a decent actor and make a decent actor. And back then in 2019, this was my first time really being out on my own, and I came to realize that I needed to do a lot in order to take care of myself, and that I really enjoyed it. And so I started making YouTube videos under the title Crown 4C, because I realized as I was on this hair journey that I had 4C hair. And so I decided to name my little Instagram YouTube channel Crown 4C and do little hair videos. So I did like a video about how to moisturize or deep condition your natural hair, and so forth and so on. So over time, you know, I was able to do a lot through my career in acting, and I eventually got to the point where I realized that I really wanted to make an impact outside of the stage or camera. And I realized that there was a need for encouragement and support for Black creatives and Black actors in particular. Black female actors, Black women, Black femmes, Black dolls. And so this is just a way for me to share some of my experience, but also as a Black performer, but also I want to start a network, a TV network. I want it to be on the level of PBS. Yeah, so this is my way of testing my ability to have consistent programming, and it's also my way of getting more in the editing room, getting behind the camera, and feeling a little bit more comfortable with sharing a little bit more of my perspective and who I am. Goals for the blog. Goals for the blog are on the website. It's royalcoilsblog.wordpress.com. I'm just trying to see the blog, baby girl. Typically what happens is, because I am just a very transparent person, and I don't care, because I think that at the end of the day somebody's gonna find value in me sharing my story, no matter how embarrassing or difficult it is. And genuinely, more often than not, I'm not easily embarrassed. I'm not. Yeah, it's just not. Of all the emotions that I feel heavily, embarrassment is not one I frequently go to. Shame. I feel shame. I want you all. I want you. I I want you to know more about me. I want you to know about my artistic practice. I want you to know who I am, why I do. I kind of also want to know who I am, what I do as well. Because one of the things that I want to talk about in the blog is this question that everybody gets asked, which is, who are you? And more often than not, what we end up doing is listing our credentials or our titles or our relationships to others. But really, I want to get back to, I'm a soul, I'm a spirit in a body. And who is that spirit? My third goal is to find and build a community of artists and entrepreneurs who keep it real with you. Because at the end of the day, I think what's worse than an enemy, I love a good enemy. Y'all, if anybody knows me, I love a good enemy. But there's nothing worse than a friend who says they're a friend, but then lets you walk around with stuff in your teeth, or lets you look crazy, or, right? So I really want to build a community of artists. I want to build a community where we support each other and we keep it real with each other too, like, so we don't look crazy. And then I also connect with more Black women creatives. One of the most embarrassing, okay. Now that I've said embarrassing, I'm thinking about it. But one of the more shameful moments, I wouldn't say full on shame, but I was a little embarrassed. I used to babysit, and I babysat this mixed girl, and her mom was white, her dad was Black. So we were going out and about, I don't know, this wasn't even that long ago. This was high school. We were going out and about, she's about to go to school, and she's like, you need to do my hair. Her hair was pressed, honey. It was laid, fried down, laid to the side. So I was like, okay, cool. I could do a little braid, you know, a little style. I know how to style hair. I've always known how to style hair. I always did my own hair. I know how to style hair. So I got a spray bottle. Oh, her mom was so mad at me. I'm so embarrassed now to think that her white mom was like, girl, you need to, like, you didn't know you weren't supposed to put water on straight Black hair? Come on, girl. I had no idea. I grew up, I don't know, with perms. I don't know. This is where, you know, the Naijasotan comes into play, because I grew up in primarily white areas, and I grew up with brothers. So I didn't have anybody, and my mom's not going to be pressing nobody's hair. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't even until maybe recently that African women in Africa, Nigerian women, let me not say African because I can't speak for the whole continent. Nigerian women started really pressing out their hair. It's not until recently, so I didn't know. And looking back, I feel a little embarrassed about that. I want to know more Black women creatives. I'm an ally to all women. At the end of the day, like I said, I might not like you, but I will always hope the best for you. There's certain challenges, there's certain things in life that only Black women can understand. And so my goal is to surround myself with more of my peers. And I want to learn from each other and protect one another, support one another, have each other's backs. And then I also want to, my fifth goal, I want to release any weight of expectations set on myself. Oh, hello. Yeah, most of my life I've lived for my parents because I love them, and they're my Nigerian parents. They have supported me, and I have lived for them, and now I'm going a different way, and I don't think it was the way they wanted me to go anyway, but I was just like, okay, I'll just go through the motions to make them happy. And now it's finally like my turn. And then finally, like I mentioned, my sixth and most important goal is to practice creative development, and to be consistent in creating content. So I have this vlog and I have the blog. So both of those things are happening in the same month. One time a month we're coming out with the blog. Twice at least a month we're coming out with the blogs. This month's topics are Naijasotan. We got a little bit of Minnesota and we got a little bit of Nigerian, and that is me. Growing up in the suburbs, but having a little bit of bush girl in you is quite interesting. Learn from my mistakes. I have made so many mistakes in life, so many mistakes in this journey, and I'm going to share them with you. And hopefully you don't shame me, and you're able to
learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself, because nobody's going to take responsibility for you.
So, all that said, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and the blog. Again, that's royalcoilsblog.wordpress.com. Ooh, also, I love emails. Please email me if you have like topic suggestions or you have questions. Send me an email. It's royalcoilsbeauty@gmail.com.